All right, let me know if I'm live. All right, looks like I've got an excellent condition. I'm here. Let's see, go live. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Kayla Love, aka the AI Homegirl, and I'm here to show you and preach the gospel of vibe coding. And if you don't know what that is, well, you about to know because you're going to hear about it inevitably in this next year. What's going on, everybody? If you want to hop in and you're on my email list, then say what's up. I went ahead and dropped that Zoom link. And yes, I am here going live across all platforms. That's YouTube, that's Facebook, that's Instagram. As you can see for all my Instagram viewers, I got this interactive setup here, which I'm super excited. You can actually do this for free. Before, you had to get a complicated software like OBS, or you had to pay for something like StreamYard. But with the technology evolving, you can actually stream live across all platforms, set up a vertical view, set up a horizontal view, and do that absolutely free. And so I'm here to just show you a couple of the tips and tricks and a little bit about what's been going on with me, the AI Homegirl, and what we're doing over here with vibe coding. Now, half of it's vibe, and actually 90% is vibes and 10% is coding. So I've been speaking all around the country. I've been throwing these pop-up sessions, and we live in a world where anything I can describe from my mind, I can see it. So I code and I vibe, imagination alive, I can be it. And that is the reality of the world that we're in today. And so I'm just excited to be able to share this with you. Let's see why it's not going live over here. Well, go live. I'm going live on Facebook, on Instagram, and as well as YouTube. It looks like I'm live over there. Most of my people coming in from Instagram. What's going on, all of my Instagram viewers? I'm going ahead and showing, and let me know if anybody actually has an app idea that they want me to build live, because that's my favorite thing to do. I believe that seeing is believing, and if you're interested in having me actually build up your app today, then just let me know. I'm trying to see if I can complete the post details. Let's see why it's not, and then go live. All right, well, it is what it is, and it ain't what it used to be. All right, so something that I have started to come up with, and some of you know that I'm like an official ambassador for Lovable. Now, Lovable is this really dope vibe code platform that allows you to take simple language inputs and create your own personalized software. You might be wondering, why would I want to do that? What does that even mean? Well, if you're like an artist, last night I was doing a coaching call with my artist community, and they were talking about, hey, I don't want to give Indiegogo an extra percentage when they're not even doing anything extra. They're not helping drive any traffic. All the people that I'm sending that are giving me money are people that I sent there. Okay? And so if I'm sending them there, why should I give up a piece of my bag? Right? And I said, bet. Well, maybe you should just create your own vibe coded Indiegogo type software, a crowdfunding software where you have complete control over what you want to do. And so that's an example of something that you would be able to vibe code. Now, I built an app to help you build apps, and I'm going to show you how it works. So let's go ahead up in here, and I'm going to say Kayla at the AIHomegirl.com. I could say that I'm an aspiring builder with no code. I'm a designer, I'm a creator, and I'm gonna just continue. And it'll go say something like, hey Kayla, nice to meet you. Let's start building out your idea. And you can literally speak it into existence. So this whole platform that you're looking at is something that I vibe coded. I said, hey, I want to be able to create a software and create an app that helps people create apps. And it'll take them through a series of questions. It's going to feel like a very clean interface. It's not going to feel super overwhelming. It's going to have big, easy, readable font, fancy gradient buttons, and it's going to take them step by step through this process and ask them all the necessary questions that I would need in order to actually get them to build a software. So here I see It says, hey, Kayla, nice to meet you. Let's start building out your idea. First, tell me who are you building for and to define your target audience. So let's say that I'm building busy professionals, artists who want to crowd fund for their next album or tour. Okay, so let's say that that's the audience. So now we get into this. My boy Addy put me on. Shout outs to him, Sir Stacks. We just co-facilitated a Vibe Code pop-up session in DC for DC Startup and Tech Week. And DC is not Daly City. I'm talking about Washington, DC, all the way over there on the East Coast. And it's crazy in the midst of the government shutdown and everything that's going on that I was just vibe coding a few blocks away from the Capitol, y'all. And so here it says, as an artist, what do I want to do? So I want to be able to raise funds in let's say community funds for my next tour, so that I can incentivize, or not depend on crowdfunding platforms like Indiegogo that take too much money, and create an interactive experience for my fans. Bam. And then I can continue to my pain points. Now, pain points, I built in this little AI tool. Again, this is all stuff that I did not actually have to code in terms of like writing the code, the parentheses, like learning Python or another coding language. I was able to just tell Lovable what I wanted, and then it automatically did this. So when I was building this app, I said, hey, I want to create this form that takes people step by step. It'll give them AI suggestions, and then you can see high platform fees that eat into essential tour funding. Bam. I can just click that, and then it shows right up. Lack of direct interactive. Bam. Crowdfunding platforms offer limited creative branding control. Bam. So it makes things super easy. What's going on? I got somebody coming on the Zoom room. Oh, it's my boy Evan. What's going on, Evan? Here, I'm about to throw you up on the screen here. We live on across all platforms, so feel free to say what's up.
All right. Hey, yo, check out that QR code.
What is it? Oh, it's something that you vibe coded?
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that. So for those that don't know, I was in Dallas at the Level Up Summit. Evan was an attendee at the Vibe Code session, and looks like he has already made a new app, his own software. And I'm sure that there's many more to come, because when you put this type of software in the hands of a creative, in the hands of somebody who already has maybe different, like systems, to make it your own, is truly endless possibilities. So do you want to drop that link in the chat, Evan, and then we can I can actually pull it up on the screen?
For sure.
Hey, that's what's up. I think I'm still trying to go live over here on it's like edit post details. Oh, I have to tap in. Okay. There we go live. Okay, I'm actually going live across Facebook. We're over here on, we're also on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And I'm doing this all for free right now on Meld Studio. So let's see. I'm going to go back to my Zoom room here. And it looks like Evan is shared. I'm going to pull it up on the screen, y'all. Let's take a look at some custom software vibe coded by Evan, who attended one of my Vibe Code pop-up sessions. And as you know, I have a link on the screen that shows aihomegirl.tech, and that is my upcoming Launchpad.
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, here, it's coming up. It's showing up on the live stream here.
Oh, okay.
But here, I'll go ahead and share it in the Zoom so we can follow along in real time here. But I got a kind of crazy setup. I honestly should have brought my other screen. I'm kind of wilding without that, but it's okay. So here we see digital marketing heard, AI powered business automation. Is your business running you, or are you running your business? Take the free assessment. Okay, awesome. How do you currently capture and follow up with new leads? So it could say, oh, I'm using a basic CRM. How do I manage my email marketing campaigns? So creating software, but manually creating and sending each campaign. I see where this is going. Okay, I see you,
Come
Evan.
on, come on.
How is your
That's my
customer
homegirl.
data organized and updated? Let's say automatically synced. How do clients schedule appointments? We'll give a variety of answers here. How do I handle? I batch create and use a tool. Let's see, supporting inquiries. Let's say I have templates and a ticketing system. How do I nurture leads that aren't ready to buy yet? Maybe manual periodic check ins, automated recurring billing for payment collections. Let's say that I'm doing some standard email templates, whatnot. And the last question here, how do I track marketing and sales performance? So tell me, Evan, how did you come up with these questions?
Well, I was thinking about, lead gen and, trying to provide like a guide or email list or things like that to clients. And I was like, let's just make this thing interactive. Let's get people involved. Let's
Mm,
ask them the questions that really speak to the core.
mm-hmm.
And when you, so it's essentially, it's a lead magnet, right?
Right.
So if you don't, and I'm doing this for another one of my businesses, and I got so excited. My sister is a professional organizer, so I
Ah.
did it for her. And how do you know if you need professional organizing services? So
Mm,
I've already knocked out like 2 or 3 vibe coded apps, with and it's just it's such an easy thing to do, and people will take a 5 or a 10 question quiz, and then at the end just ask for their info, and then they'll get the result, and then you can start to nurture them if they don't want to book a call with you or whatever the case may be.
So it's cool because you can actually see where they're at and going beyond. I just did a live stream with Nuno and Mario this morning on the Automated Marketer YouTube channel, and we're talking about, there was a time where all of the lead magnets were about PDFs, get my, downloadable ebook or like my workbook, and I've been there. I've done plenty of those, but now that we're in 2025 and we have so much more technology at our disposal, that's disposable to us, it's like we have to evolve. And the good news is we can take all of what we currently have and just turn it into an interactive system, exactly like what you did, Evan, with this quiz. So let's go back to the quiz and see what's what's going on here. So I'll go back and share my screen. Looks like we have another participant, Prempa. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. What's going on here in the Zoom room? Welcome, welcome. And we're also live across all platforms. As you know, I'm throwing a vibe code Launchpad that's going to be starting on Tuesday. So I'm just giving a little bit of a sample here on what's possible. And Evan was one of the people that attended the vibe code pop-up, and now look at, we're already in one of his apps, and he's built several others since then. So let's say I don't have a system for tracking sales and performance, and now after answering these 10 questions, Evan is extremely smart because he has put in a lead capture form. It means that, hey, you just spent this time with me to answer the questions. I got your results. All I need from you is your email, and then let's talk about what I might be able to offer you based off of your answers. So Kayla at the AI Homegirl, and now I can view my results. So he has here, hey, your automation, you're doing all right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, yeah, I guess that's technically would be what, a D minus if we were scoring this, and maybe you could add like a letter grade, right? But it's like you've made
Sure.
some good progress with automation, but there's still significant opportunity. You're likely saving some time, but many processes still require manual intervention. With the right upgrades, you could double your current time savings. And so Evan, in his app, he has all these recommended next steps. He's dynamically pulling in my name. So this is what we're talking about when we're mentioning personalized software. Okay, personalized software is allows you to do things like this where it would typically take you, something simple like that could take me a week to figure out. Like, I remember when I was first learning how to like do custom values and how do I personalize it on the page or whatnot. But now Lovable, just, hey, I want to have the user's name show up right there. I can just
Oh
literally
Lord
say that.
Jesus, there's a spirit.
Who's up in here?
There's the spirits in this place.
Okay, I think that was an accidental mishap. So we have schedule your free 30-minute strategy call, and it looks like he's just embedded his calendar right here. So all of his back end processes, nothing changes, and I can just book a call. Excellent, amazing, like awesome. I can't wait to see the conversions and the money that you're gonna make from this simple but powerful quiz, being able to capture those leads and giving people the results in real time. That's part of it, is being able to
Truly,
give people something
truly,
that's
it's like fast
direct.
action.
Fast.
And I gotta definitely give a shout out to Mario and to Nuno, because they're the ones that, also provided some guidance there too. So shout
Yes.
out, shout out to
Shout
them.
outs to them. And let me make sure that oh yeah, it's showing up here. Yeah, so her digital marketing, we see it here that we got the automation assessment results. And hey, I see Sabrina. I clicked off. I see Angie over there on Facebook. What's going on, everybody? Great to see y'all. And so today I'm just going over what vibe coding is, and how you can utilize it for any of your processes, anything that you want, whether you're an artist, whether you're a mom, whether you're a coach, whether you're just exploring and just always had an idea for an app and it's been sitting in your notes. We live in a world where if you can see it, if you can describe it, you can articulate it, you can make it real. And that's what's so exciting about the world that we're living in today. Evan, can you tell me a little bit more about like your vibe code background? Like what what did it, were you vibe coding beforehand? How did the Level Up Summit play a role in that journey? And where are you taking it now?
Well, I was vibe coding a little bit. I mean, I did know about Lovable and Manus,
Mm-hmm.
and these other tools out there, but I wasn't really using it for a lead magnet style, to a
Mm.
quiz really, to get in and like touch those pain points. So, I would just have it either create landing pages, which is a possibility, at like a high converting landing page, and just engage somebody, a potential client. So depending on whatever niche you're in, you can go and tell it, and the prompt really is the king of it all and queen of it all. So like, as long as you're being really specific and you're trying to get it to integrate with your CRM or whatever tool you're using out there, you can give it explicit instructions, and it's a computer, so it understands links and tags and all kinds of like embed codes. So that's how I was able to embed my calendar, and then I was able to send over information. So now that you signed up for my lead magnet to see how automated you are, you're going to start to get an email nurture. There'll probably be like 4 or 5 emails that'll come by you and say, hey, Kayla, you did a great job, but you can do even better.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just set up? So it's just about getting a call with me and talking about those automations with these potential clients. But to answer your original question, I've been doing it for a while, and every time that I get back into it, I'm just amazed at how I'm able to connect it to my systems and become even more effective.
Oh man, well I love that, and that's super inspiring to hear because there's a lot of people out there that still feel they have to be super technical, and they hear code and they automatically shut down. And when I threw my hackathon, part of what I thought was going to be the hard part was all the logistics, and of course there's challenges that come with that, but the hardest part was trying to change the hearts and minds of people to see themselves as belonging in this space, to see themselves as architects of their imagination, that they can take it from up here and actually now create it with very little technical skills. Just being able to get it out of here and articulate it is really the only skill that you need. And like you said, the power is in the prompt, and so that is the prompt aspect. And so I'm really excited to just see a real world example here. And yeah, as you can see, Evan, I'm gonna go back to the screen share here, and show that you had digital marketing heard, automation assessment results, bam, right there. And so to make this even easier, I went to not the headquarters, but the Lovable team was in San Francisco for SF Tech Week, and they invited me to come meet with them and give feedback about what my experience has been like. And one of the things that I ended up telling them was that I, even being more tech savvy as I am, wasn't sure what I was able to build. I didn't realize how massive, how deep this could get when I started using Lovable. I'm still thinking like simple landing pages or quizzes versus full-blown apps. And so that's when I went back to the drawing board, and I had to figure out a way, especially at the Level Up Summit. We had 24-hour notice. We didn't have a venue, and we had 79 people show up in the hotel lobby. So I have no microphone. I have no TV screen to give a demonstration of a PowerPoint. I was like, no, I have to create an app that can facilitate it, where people can just go on, hey, just follow the app, follow the directions. It'll build the prompt for you. And then me and Nuno and Ivan and Mario will come walk around, and we're gonna help you. And so that structure has evolved now, and this app actually helps you come up with your ideas for what you can build. And so right before you got here, Evan, and welcome Carla, welcome Mo, here in the Zoom room. Feel free, if you have any questions or if you want to come up to the stage, raise your hands, and be happy to do that. And I'm just kind of giving a demonstration. If you have kind of an idea, or maybe you don't know exactly what it is that you want to build, but you want to, the audience that you want to help, well, this is the prompt builder. So I'm just giving a demo here. And once you put in that audience, your user story, it just walks you through it. It actually gives you some app ideas. So it came up with Fan Fund. And this is based off of a conversation I had with my Go Getters group yesterday, where we were talking about Indiegogo and how it doesn't make sense for me to put a crowdfunding campaign up on Indiegogo and send people there when they're taking extra percentage of my money and they're not helping bring in anybody new. All the people that are donating to my campaign are people that I sent there. So why do I want to give up that extra percentage, which ended up being something like $1,000, I think, for Mo? That's a significant amount of money that you're giving away to a third party for no reason, when you can actually vibe code something like that. So he gave us an example of an artist-centric crowdfunding and engagement hub, an interactive fan-powered tour Launchpad, so crowdfund tours with direct fan involvement. They can propose tour stops, allowing fans to vote. So it actually takes this beyond traditional crowdfunding and actually giving examples of how we can creatively iterate this idea. I'm just going to choose the first one and see what it comes up with. And here I also have an opportunity to pick my design vibe, because I'm a very aesthetic person. Let's just do something playful and friendly, like artsy. And it created the prompt for me. So it will go ahead and put in all of the context here, my core MVP, and now I can literally just go to Lovable and start building this out. And so this is already trained on all of the Lovable docs so that it's optimizing the prompt for the language that it understands, and then I can just click enter here. And it's automatically going to start building a site for me that I can see if I like, if I don't like. And the same way that we go and talk to ChatGPT is the same way that we can continue to talk with our project and build out that project. So what's going on, Toshi? I see you there in the chat. Gloria, what's going on over there on Instagram? I see Dolly on Facebook said, I love Lovable. I have made 5 apps. Thank you. And if you heard that little bloop, 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 that means that our project is ready. So let's go on over and take a view here. And I'm not sure why. Okay, it is showing up. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh my page. And it's off top down here, it's telling me that it needs to connect to the cloud. And the cloud means that I will have a back-end database. So a back-end database is where I can store information. Like if you want to create an app where people can log in, where they can have their progress tracked, come back and save their progress, then you need to have a database. Okay, and the easy thing, like you literally just saw me click one button, and in one button, I'm able to now have the back end database. So it's literally that easy, y'all. This is a new world that we're living in where you can speak it into existence. Anything I can describe from my mind, I can see it. So I code and I vibe, imagination alive, I can be it. Okay, that's the world that we're living in, y'all. And so let's take a look here. It's saying that this has approved, and it's going over the phase 1 features. So artist campaign creation, a simple form to launch a tour or album fund. And this could be for anything that you want to fundraise. I'm just
Hey,
using
Kayla,
artists because it's specific. Hey, what's going on? Who's
I'm
there?
sorry to interrupt. Were we to see your screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sharing my screen on
Facebook.
live.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but here, let me go ahead and share it over here on.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So right here I am in Lovable, and I just took the prompts from my prompt builder, and it has the primary goal, it has the user story, the core MVP, and some design context, etc. It's asking me to enable the cloud, and it's editing, so it's actually creating a bunch of code. Right, these are like thousands of lines of code that would take a traditional developer like an entire workday. We're talking like 8 to 10 hours to create something like this from scratch, or thousands of dollars potentially spent to go that fundraise it yourself that you're going to pay to a third party, right? And we don't want to do that. So this makes it super easy, accessible, customizable, personable, so that you can just build from your idea and take it from prompt to product in several minutes. And it's mind blowing, y'all, because Evan, who was here earlier, he built like 3 apps since last week. And those are all apps that he can sell, that he can use to now sell his products, that he can offer as a service to charge, make money helping other people build. So this is truly a revolution. Like, I can't stress to y'all enough about how much this has changed the game, because I know right now people are still getting hip to ChatGPT and learning about the custom GPTs and things like that, and there's still a lot of value in that. But we want to leverage AI to the max ability and actually create our own experiences, our own software. So that's what we're doing here today. I'm just checking in, seeing what's going on in the live streams here. This is my first time streaming live across all platforms at once and being on Zoom. I'm really happy that my computer can take it, but sorry if it's a little bit choppy. And I've gotten so much demand on how people can get mentorship from me, or how they can get guidance on their own app. And so I've launched this funnel that I experimented building on Lovable. So typically I use a software called High Level, my white label version of it. I have 2 agencies, one for musicians called Goal Getters. The other one is called Soul Stack. And it still connects on the back end, but here I literally vibe coded this entire thing. So this is what it looks like. And it's taking you through this 3-step process. So the first part is just building it. That's what we're doing right now, right? So it's thinking, it's going through the process. It's using my prompt builder, which is included in this bootcamp, to build the app, something that you're going to be proud to show off to your friends, how you can go from your idea, you can validate it, and then figure out how to take that idea and articulate it in a way that AI, particularly Lovable, can understand. And then on day 2, it's where we really want to power our app, where we want to connect back-end systems, where we want to test it out, where we want to troubleshoot, make sure that everything is working well, fix our errors. And I don't want your app to just simply sit in Lovable, to sit as an idea in your Google Docs or your notes on your phone. It's really about having the confidence to launch it, to at least send it to one person and get it signed up. Earlier you saw Evan. I was the one person. He sent it to me. I went through it. that's the win that I want. So you take it from end to end, okay, y'all? It's really important that we put our work out there into the world, which is why I'm not just saying this, I'm preaching it by putting this offer out into the world, this page that I've developed, okay? I saw this on somebody else's funnel. I thought it was really cool since I have viewers from all over the world to just see how the time zones translate. And when they click, I'm ready to enroll now, you can see this simple form. These fields go to my back end, to my CRM, my customer relations management system, where then I have all of my automations already set up. So I can see all of this in a structured way. I have what we call a bump product, and users can easily add it on, and it just gives way more styling than you typically find in other builders. So it makes it so easy to just collect payment and to automate the process. And so there I am, Kayla Love, the AI homegirl. My friend said that I look like 18 in this picture, so I might change it up and show something of me speaking. But here is, from our prompt, our new platform. Fund your next tour, connect with your fans, say goodbye to high platform fees. Fan Fund brings artists and fans together for tours, albums, and creative projects. So you can browse campaigns eventually, because obviously we don't have any campaigns in there yet. But it's cool that they actually built out all of these back end pages, and then you can also start your campaign. So let's say we want to go ahead and sign up, and let's see the back end that they created for us. So I'll go ahead and put in, I'm an artist and I want to create campaigns. Okay, let's create my account. And so welcome to Fan Fun. Now that I created an account, it's showing up new campaign. Now this is all not just a landing page. Notice that this is a functional system where I can go create a campaign now. I have it created this form for me. It created a back-end database for me in a matter of just a few minutes, like literally minutes. And if I go here, I can see how much that cost me. Let's take a look. So if I go design, these 3 dots here, no, it only used half a credit to make all of this. Hold on, that's impossible. Hold on, here we go. Okay, it used 3.5 credits to make this entire thing. So Lovable works on a credits-based system, and you could make this entire thing for free right now, because you get up to 5 credits for free. So this was only 3.5 credits. I could do some more editing and then use up the 5 credits, and then come back tomorrow. Those 5 credits will be renewed. So it's a low bar. You can start building today, or the lowest plan is $25 a month, and you get 100 credits, and it's incredible. You see, this only took 3.5 credits. So there's so much that you're able to do with just a little bit. And again, this would cost thousands and thousands of dollars, plus the labor of going to find a developer to explain your idea, to go back and forth with them over the span of weeks, to have them work out bugs in the code. A lot of times it costs more than you initially think, because then you have to have them go fix the stuff in the code. But in just a matter of a few minutes, with the combination of my prompt builder, we were able to create this whole interface with a login, with this campaign creator, in just a few minutes, okay? That is the power that I just want to show people in real time, so you can see that this is a real thing that you're able to actually do, okay? So now I could go and create an upcoming the Love Tour 2026. Let's see, I have a comment here in the chat. What about maintenance? So maintenance, it just depends if you're creating a bunch of new data. But I haven't had to maintain any of my sites, except for if I'm adding new information. You can actually automate information on the back end to push. So if I had something on this, I wanted to add dynamic tour dates, I could connect it to a platform like Bands in Town, is one of the popular ones that musicians use, that will have all of their tour dates, and then it could be like a widget. So I don't even have to worry about maintaining it here. And if I do want to ever come in and edit something, I can literally just have a conversation with it in Lovable. So I have my conversation. I can say, hey, I want to change the dates here and update them, or change the color. And I can show you in a second here this edit mode. So let's say like create your campaign, create your change to, or actually if I just go here, I can click on it, crowdfund campaign. So I can use edit mode, and I can just edit the things that I want directly in the canvas if it's a digital element. Or let's say that you know, I want to change something in the screen here. I want to add a purple theme to the form and make the text field inputs have a gradient border. And then I can just talk to my project now and explain the things that I want in regular language, nothing fancy, no code, and it's gonna automatically update over here in just a second. So you see that it's thinking how to take my natural language input and translate it to code. It does all of that for me. And then it tells me what it's thinking, what it's doing. I'll add a purple theme to the form and create gradient borders for the input fields. So as you can see, the maintenance is pretty it's pretty straightforward. It's the same way that you would go into your website and edit it, but instead of you know, doing like just the typical drag and drop or section by section, you can just have a conversation to edit your website. And as you can see here, it did what I asked. Well, maybe these aren't gradient. Oh yeah, it is a gradient border. It goes from purple to pink. And so it said I added the purple theme to, and then so it automatically edited it based off of my my query here. Let's see. It says I would use pre-sale instead of crowdfunded because Stripe does not approve of them. They did close my previous Stripe account at some point and I had to open a new one. Well, honestly, we are trying to get away from Stripe because part of the reason is, one, you know how Venmo and I got beef because they shut down my account and stole all my funds, and I had to make a viral TikTok about it. And sometimes Stripe does the same thing. They have, it's really easy to integrate with them, so that's why a lot of people still use them, but they take a lot of fees. And so I'm actually talking to an alternative payment processor where you will pay like a fraction of the fee. So you'll get really close to the actual amount that people are donating. And we have a meeting on Tuesday, and I'm hoping that we can actually get away from some of those payment processors and have more flexibility so that we can actually do a bit more here. Okay, so you can see here the crowdfunding campaign, share your story, connect with supporters, and I could say my upcoming tour, tell your story. I am going around the country showing people how to vibe code. And then let's see. Okay, so tour, album, other project. It came up with these based again off my prompts. And I told it specifically those use cases, but you can put other project, or you can go back and say, I want to add 5 more campaign types. Here they are. And then it will automatically update. And then I can say my goal amount, let's say 5,000. I can set the dates. And again, before you, even to make a form, even if you use something like Typeform or Google Forms, you're having to go through and manually select oh, I want this type of field, and then you'd have to like add that it's a calendar field and whatnot. But here it intuitively did all of that work for you. So off top, I have cut down my workload at least by an hour with just this form. So it used to take me about an hour to create a form like this, where I'd have to like drag and drop each section, put in all of these different options, and that's a manual step-by-step process. And then I could put in a cover art image if I wanted to. Now, what is missing on this page? Can anybody tell me? I just seen it right now. There's no way to actually, unless I have all these zoom overlays covering up, but I don't think that's the case. There is no submit button. So this is a great example of that now, how we like maintain or continue to build our site. And we would say, hey, there is no submit button once I fill out the crowdfund campaign form. can you please add one that generates a page where people can start donating? Okay. So being really clear on the thing it is that we want. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do that and come back over here to my landing page. Again, this was 100% built in Lovable. So having just like these cards, I'm going to add some pictures to just heighten it. I kind of showing you that this is a system where you can go from overwhelmed to in charge. I know a lot of people have these thoughts. I'm not a techie. You know, there's all these apps out there. I don't know where to start. I can't afford to hire a developer. Well, this 3-day boot camp is going to show you how to build it yourself with no code, how to collect leads, just like Evan, who was here earlier. He has created 3 apps in the time since last week that you will have something that you can launch, and that you didn't need a dev, you just needed the right tools. And I have some lovely testimonials here from some people that I've gotten to share the magic with. And now I heard that little sound, bam, look it said fixed the launch campaign button styling. So it kept all of my information and it just gave me this button here, and now I can click launch. Oh, I have to put my upcoming tour, or the Love Tour in 2026 is what I called it. And I can launch the campaign now. And now it created a campaign page. So I support this campaign. It shows a progress bar here. It shows my name, about the campaign, recent supporters. So as people would donate and come in, then you'd be able to see them here. So again, it was just really easy from the prompt builder. And let's see what else we have. We have campaign ID, create campaign. That now I can also look at the prompt builder, right? So now that phase 1 is working, let's add the next feature. Lack of direct interactive fan engagement on platforms is the thing that we're solving for. And so it could say supporting analytics or enhanced user experience with improvements. Now they can also success criteria. They can also have direct interactive fan engagement. Now, before putting in that secondary prompt, I would probably add some more aspects here where I want to connect my payment processor, for example. Now, like I said, I'm working on getting to other payment processing systems like Numeric, where you will not have to give away as much of your equity. Now, there's always going to be some price involved because there's a cost of doing business, but it's way less than it used to be, and you're saving even more money, plus putting yourself in the position to make money by having this vibe code platform, being able to launch your own personalized software, which in the past would take thousands of dollars and weeks of time going back and forth to do. We're able to do that now. Did I develop, train, or build the AI model? Not for this, not for Lovable, but you can create your own AI agents or AI models and then integrate them here. Lovable is really great for creating an awesome front end with that database so users can log in. If you want to do more sophisticated automations, like with AI agents, I do those in a platform called N8N. And that's where I will build more of my custom AI models and then integrate them here. That is a little bit out of the scope of what I'm showing today, but I will have trainings on those in the future. Mo is asking, once you build an app on Lovable, will the app exist within Lovable and then you buy a domain name to connect it? So if you already own a domain name, you can actually connect it just like you connect any website. So you don't necessarily have to buy a new domain name. You can use one that already exists, or you can also add a subdomain. A subdomain is anything like, if my core domain is kaylalove.com, then I can put down like funnel or site.kaylalove.com, and that'd be considered a subdomain. So Lovable is the host of the website. So that's part of what comes with the membership, is that you get free hosting. So that's who the host is. Again, for more advanced developers or people even vibe coding, you can see this little button up here. You can sync your project to what's called GitHub. And GitHub is a repo, which is that contains all of your code. So I had created a winning project in a hackathon, and when I was ready to have it deployed, where thousands of people might be using it, and I wanted to have it like really tested by a developer for scale, then I synced it to my GitHub, and then I had a team of developers. I shared my project with them. This is not reliant on WordPress, is it, AskPrem? No, it is not. It's not reliant on WordPress, but you could sync to GitHub and then host it on WordPress if you wanted to, okay? So it can integrate in that way, but it is not reliant on WordPress at all. Awesome. Just taking a look over here in the chats, seeing who's still with me. And Saris, is this something with someone with no tech experience can start? Yes, absolutely, Sarah. This is something with that is super friendly for you, for anybody who is beginning, that somebody that doesn't know how to code at all. This is actually ideal, all right? Because the world is changing, and like I said before, you would need thousands of dollars, weeks on end, to just flesh out a strategy to get just even a press release, and now you don't. So a critical point is web security. So for example, if I integrate Stripe, Stripe is a secure payment processing system. And so all of the security that comes with when you're using it in the platform itself is applied to this project as well. So you're not going to have those issues. All right. If there's any kind of issue, it does continually do security scans. So if there's any vulnerabilities in your project, it will tell you. And then you'd actually be able to use AI to fix those. Or you can go to chat mode here and you can ask. So if chat, it'd be like, I can ask, please identify any critical security issues with my project. And then it can actually interact with your project and interact with your backend database and tell you if there's any vulnerabilities, how they can be fixed, and give you that transparency. So see, I'll run a comprehensive security scan. So part of what you'll get in the Vibe Code Launchpad are those security prompts. So I'm going to be giving you, the 3 days of live training with me, and it's not going to be like this. This is going to be actually, I'll give a short demo, and then you'll have the opportunity to build real time. So when you get stuck, you'll be able to share your screen with me, and we'll actually be able to fix everything in real time. You'll get the prompt launcher. So all of the prompt builders that I have currently made, you'll have access to. So again, no tech skills or previous experience is required. You'll get my Lovable mini course, which is going to include that prompt library for specific design prompts and security prompts. You're also going to get access to the Vibe Code Incubator. So I've partnered up with some of the best marketers in the world that are doing Vibe Code trainings, and we have collectively created this Vibe Code Incubator with the intention of creating the largest Vibe Code Incubator in the world, and it's starting with this community. So you'll not only have the support of me, but additional support to make sure that your questions always get answered, as well as the replay vault. So if you're not able to attend one or even all of the live sessions, you would be able to rewatch them. And that's with an AI note taker, so you can actually navigate easily through the session without having to sit there through information that might not be relevant to you. And so that's everything that it includes. So I hope that answered your question about the critical security concerns. Hey Goja, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, with this prompt, it is running an additional security scan to see. Hey, welcome, my friends. Feel free to come on up to the stage. We're over here on all platforms. Let's see. I'm gonna stop the share here real quick and show you. Hey, yes, we're live here. We're both live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube today.
You're all the places today.
Yes, I'm trying to get the word out.
I can't wait for the class.
Oh man, I know. I cannot wait to have you. I'm super excited, and I don't want to, give your idea away too much, but Goja has an amazing idea. It's relating to custom GPTs. There's a huge market for that still, and it's an awesome way to just, again, get started. So she's building, again, she's not starting from scratch. She's building from something that she's already been doing, but just using this vibe code framework to take it to the next level and package it in a way that she can have a lot more control over. So how she can collect leads with it, she'll be able to make sales with it, and then also structure it so, hey, there's an upsell. She can sell it at a premium price for those who really want all of the goods, right? So I don't know if there's anything else that you want to mention about your experience with vibe coding or what you're looking forward to most.
I'm just looking forward to learning. So I'm just getting started with vibe coding. So I'm here to learn all the things.
Amazing. Well, I'm super excited that you're going to be joining us at the Vibe Code Launchpad on Tuesday. Like I said, it's going to be a live session, unlike this one, where this is a live session, but I'm more so kind of talking to you and giving you the demo, where the boot camp is going to be geared towards us actually building together, us actually getting in there. Hey, let's try out this prompt, or oh no, you get stuck. Well, let me show you exactly how you can overcome that, because of course there's going to be some glitches. There's going to be things maybe that we don't understand, and that's what having the beauty of this live training here, of going through the building, the testing, and the launching, the full end-to-end process, and having all the support that you need, because I think it's also more fun to build in community, because people are building all different things. So one, it's really inspiring to see the other things that people are building, and two, it just is there's a question that somebody might have that's not exactly the same as your project, but is going to apply, and you'll be able to kind of be like, oh, that's what's happening. I can see how that would make a difference in my project as well. All right. Oh, look at Sabrina's coming in. Carla says, I've got to run, Kayla. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on in today, Carla. Appreciate you being here. And for all of my people that are tuning in online, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, awesome to see. And, time goes by fast when you're having fun, because we're almost up at our hour, but I see, can I paste the link to the course? Absolutely. So that's going to be at aihomegirl.tech. And I did buy that domain from Lovable. They have a partnership with a domain provider called INS. So I got it for like $4. So if anybody's interested in buying a new domain, we're definitely going to go over that in the course, because that's going to be on your launch it day. How do we publish? How do we go live? And how do we get our first user? Right? The goal is just to get one, to go from end to end, because if you do it once, then you'll know how to do it again, over and over, and you'll know how to scale. And that's really, I want to help you get out of your head, get you into an environment where you can get the support that you need to go from your idea to functional app to eventually investable business. Because as you know, I'm out here in San Francisco in the Bay Area, one of the tech capitals of the world, Silicon Valley. We've all heard about it. The other day, I thought that I saw Mark Zuckerberg on a run, and I'm like, well, that literally can be the truth. He might actually be out here. So I almost crashed the car, wanting to make a U-turn, but I was like, let me chill. But the idea is that there is a certain way of being able to position and create a product, right? Going from an idea and packaging it so that we can actually create an investable business, okay? Mo is asking, their domain is $4 per year? I asked because most seem to give it cheap for the first year and they raise it. Yes, so that is, the idea is that you can get it for super cheap, and then a lot of times it will get raised, but the idea is that you'll be profitable enough by that time, so that cost won't be an issue. Sabrina is asking, how does this compare to goal getters? So this integrates with goal getters. So the idea is that With goal getters or traditional, anything like a GoDaddy or Wix website builder, you have to sit there and you have to manually type out all of the copy, or you have to create a quiz or a form one by one and like replace each image one by one. Here, the same way that we can put a prompt into ChatGPT and create our entire content calendar for the month or entire meal prep for the week or whatever it is, we can do the same thing with our websites and create actual apps. And then those apps, like the information that goes into them, we can send to a back end like Goal Getters, right? Which for those that are just tuning in is my white label CRM, the customer relations management platform for musicians that actually just got featured in the news. There's an article written by KQED talking about goal getters and some of my opinions on AI and the music industry. So it's actually just showing how we can use a vibe code platform like this, like Lovable, and integrate it with all of the other things that we've already been building and that would normally cost us thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours, and now we can do it for a fraction of the price and a fraction of the time, and just unleash a whole new world of possibilities and of our creativity. So that's what we're doing here today. That's what's happening on Tuesday with the Vibe Code Bootcamp. Again, that's at aihomegirl.tech. So if you want to see an example of the of that in action, of a funnel that was created and vibe coded, then you can also go there just for the example, but it's functional. So it accepts payments and you'll get your confirmation right away, all of the things that would normally happen. Here we can see in regards to the question around the critical security issues, right? I've identified 2 critical security vulnerabilities and 2 warnings in your fan fund project. So it's saying that it could harvest email addresses. Bad actors can use like phishing attacks, okay? So you can have it go in and it basically is proposing the code that can fix, and then I can literally one click this button and then it can implement the security fixes. Now we want to build out our app as much as possible. We want to actually integrate our payment processor and the functionality before going all the way to the security, because a lot of times the security stuff is going to change the database and then might break some of the functionality. So we want to have as much of close to our product. So there is an order of operations to actually do, but I just wanted to give you an example of one of the prompts that you can use to identify those security fixes, just because I know that that's an important aspect of what people are concerned about. And so that, you know, we got you covered here. All right. So it looks like we've already come up on our hour, which is crazy that the time went by so fast. But thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for all of you all in the Zoom here that came up, asked some wonderful questions today, and everybody online on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Appreciate you for joining this stream. And yes, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Kayla at theaihomegirl.com, and feel free to check out the Launchpad. Is only going to be there's a one-time offer right now at this price. It's only $4.97, but that includes everything that you need to get started: the 3 days with me, the replay vault, and just all of the trials and tribulations that I went through so that you don't have to, is packaged in this course and in the live training. So just wanted to make sure that that is accessible to you all. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Goja. It's amazing to have you here. And yes, I'm looking forward for you to be building out your app and launching it next week. Again, I appreciate everybody and have a wonderful day. Looking forward to it. Bye now. Yeah.